Mhm. I would think that racketeering has a lot to do with antitrust law. Mhm. The Arita-Turner test, yes. An academic test for predatory pricing whereby a price below average variable cost is presumed to be predatory and therefore illegal. Now, this test is widely accepted by federal courts. Its name derives from the co-authors of an influential law review article, yes, Philip Arita and Donald F. Turner, Predatory Pricing and Practices, under Section 2 of the Sherman Act, Antitrust Act, known as the Sherman Act. Yes. They reformulated their test in Philip Arita and Donald, yes, antitrust law, see predatory pricing. Now, let's say, yes, you have to buy something to be able to get paid, yes, because that's how this works. But it's really predatory pricing because of the predatory purchasing of those in the family. Now, I've seen a lot of people have to buy something that they had no reasonable want to have actual ownership of because you had to communicate, yes, that you have to pay me, yes, and when I get paid, I will have to pay you. Ouch. Now, there's the pricing and then there's the predatory purchasing. See, a lot of business gotten started with this, where they said to themselves, well, we're going to have to participate in the covering up of the family's way of doing things. Yes. And for every company and corporation that thought, well, we just got to have them. If we do not pay them, they will get very upset and then they'll bring the muscle in. But this idea of obligating the purchases of any item, yes, to get paid, yes, so that you're obligated to pay, yeah, that's probably violating what's known as predatory pricing, yes, because you would not purchase anything unless you were going to get paid. See, it doesn't matter what the price was. Your actual purchase was not because you wanted to own the product or service. Your actual purchase was so that you could get paid. Yes, so you'd have to pay. Yeah. Now, when I inform you of the violating of the laws, you sat there, yes, and said, well, we have to do it like this because we made these dogs, and the dogs have to get some money because they have to pay for the sex, yes, so they can come to find out. Otherwise, it's like having rabies. How many people have seen Old Yeller before? It's a Disney film, yes. There was a dog that protected the children in that movie, yes. And the dog actually attacked some wild boars. What happened is he got gored. Yes. And when that happened, the dog got rabies and no longer was able to communicate with the family that had taken it in. Yes, it did. Now, I know for a lot of you watching Old Yeller and thinking of yourself as having that same type of illness. Yes. Where if you don't pay, I'm going to bring the muscle in. You have rabies, the human form of it. Now, let's say we all watched Old Yeller and we realized it was so good that that dog, Old Yeller, that was the name of the dog, protected that boy when the wild boars tried to hurt him. Yeah. The problem is they had to put him down. Yes, they had to shoot him.